introduction. Hello, so here we are with the introduction to our first LESDIY mock. Yes, the first of many to come. And this set, as voted to do by you, the subscribers stroke viewers, was Cad Bane. Yes, Cad Bane, the outlaw, the bounty hunter from Star Wars. Nice mean character, and I'm really looking forward to building him. So without further ado, Cad Bane, he, like I say, the mock designer's name is Albo, and the set is authorised by Albo for LESDIY to sell, and it contains 3011 pieces with a mock number of 121237. Now I'm looking forward to getting right stuck into this, and I hope that you're going to enjoy this build with me. Stay tuned, let's have a look. So here we are with the box. It arrived like this along with a lot of others. And as you can see, it has that lovely LESDIY logo on the front. I was the one who put, quite crudely, Cad Bane on so I could separate who was what from the other boxes. The boxes are very sturdy, excellent stuff. They slide together. So I'll show you how they come out. You can see there it says open. And in we go. Now, as you can see, hopefully, there is a big bag full of stuff. There's also a QI number on there to get your blueprint plans, which obviously I'm not going to show you here because it's only for this set. And what I'm going to do now is crack open that bag, and then we'll have a look at what's inside. So there you go, I've emptied that big bag, like I said, with all the bags in. Now they're all in little bags, look at that, with these sealed things, which I think is very good. What seem to be exact part pieces, although there's some mixtures as we go along. So when we come to the sorting, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes us to sort this out. So what I'm going to do now is crack open a few bags and see what we've got. Right, here we are after about 4 hours, maybe even 5. The sorting is now almost complete, and you can see I've got pots and pans everywhere. There's all blues in there, there's blacks in 2 levels there, although I don't think they're coming to the mock later. So what I've tried to do is piece together the things that I need first, and then leave the last things till later. Some nice reds and greens and blues there. Sorry for the fast movement of camera. There is a couple of bags of green and grey that I haven't yet done because I've run out of room, to be honest, but I know I don't need the green till much further on. And if you think that's the lot, oh no, then we've got plates and not plates. We've got some more. You think I'm joking, and wait for it. So this, what you're seeing here, and I'm trying to do the swoop now just so as you can see the scale of what we're doing for our first LESDIY project, is all the parts we've got to play with. So we're going to start the build in a moment. So this is what I actually did. I went through the mock build plans and I basically sort of made my own sections, as in what you would do on a mock set or a Lego set, whatever, you know, from these other companies who design and bag them up. So basically I'm doing my own bags, and as you can see there, look, from section 1 to 61 is the pelvis hip joints, section 2 left leg, section 3 right leg, and so on straight down till, excuse me for flicking, it should be complete by number section 17. Some this is only a work in progress for this first one, so there might be some bits pushed together, and we'll see. And then obviously part 18 as such would be the review of the full set. So wish me luck, guys. Thank you, Albo, for the look of this lovely set. Let's hope I get as much joy building it. Part 1. So here we are with part 1 of the Cad Bane mock by Albo Lego, and the set number is LESDIY 121237. It's 3011 pieces, and like I say, I broke this into sections myself, and this is sections 1 to 61, and I basically just called it the pelvis stroke hip joint section, where the legs will fit on, and then the body on this piece will fit on. What can I say about the build? Absolutely sturdy as hell. It is solid. The hardest part I found, if I'm being honest and truthful and I'm just talking now, is the actual finding of the parts, because obviously it's not bagged, it's a mock, and that's the way it is, and I'd sorted all my parts out, as you will all know. Absolutely stunning. Behind the grill parts here are like little reverse L-shape bricks, and I must admit, before I actually built the top section up, it was a little bit, I thought, oh my lord, and they were coming up, especially at the ends, and I was panicking a little bit. But once I actually put the tops on, it's all built up underneath, no problem with it whatsoever. I will put it there so as you can actually see the construction, and this is what I mean. All this goes on top of that. I can do it without breaking it. Same again with these slopes. I don't actually know if I can get it to stand up, but by just showing you that, it shows how stable and sturdy it is. I had one minor problem with the plans, and it was with this section here, and it's what the actual bricks stand on. You actually build up the little brown piece. This one, absolutely perfect. Now, I'm not saying the plans are wrong, because you just can't actually, or I can't actually see where the 1x2 little piece, the one little piece has to go. Where I put the piece obviously wasn't the right place, because I couldn't fit the rest on top. So I did a little bit of mocking, or where I claim to be mocking. In other words, the mirror image of that to mirror image of that again, I'll say it again, to that, and again once like that, straight on, bang 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 bang. So like I say, I'm not saying it's Albo's plans, It's the way that I read and look at the plans. Other than that, it's been a real smooth and enjoyable build. I am absolutely blown away, and I take my hat off to Albo. And if all these builds are going to be, or all the builds are going to be like this, which I can't see it not being, it's going to be brilliant. And I'm going to look forward again to all the other people from Star Wars and other people. Yes, I've got Indy. That's a spoiler. You can't knock it. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this first part, this description of this mock, and we're going to slowly build up. I believe it's the left leg next. Let me have a look. Yes, it is the left leg next, and I'll be back with it hopefully installed, and you'll get a better view. If you like what I'm doing here, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and put in the comments what you think of the set so far. Same in my review of each section. And if you want to follow us on this journey and the journey that comes beyond, just please click on that subscribe button. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 2. So here we are with the conclusion of part 2, which is the left leg. And what am I going to say this time? Well, I'm going to blow your minds, I think. This is an absolute monster. It is so solid, it is unbelievable. The words I want to use is overkill, but it's not overkill, and I'll explain that in a minute. I'm going to get to the front and basically just quickly walk you through it even. So you start, imagine nothing's in front of you. You start, here we go, all the way around, and then slowly build yourself up. There's an inner core of this set. Yeah, you heard me right, an inner core, which is mega. It is, anyway, I'm stumbling, but what I'm trying to say is the inner core, and then once the inner core is done, then you start to round it off, pretty it up if you like, for a better word. You can see here, look, the curved slopes, nice and big, dark brown colour. The only thing, or I should say the only problem I've had, is when you're doing the inner side, I had a little problem with what was dark brown down here and what was light brown, and it took a bit to fathom out what was what. I had to take some parts apart at some point, but what I found out now, if you skip forward a few steps, if you're unsure, you soon find out what the colour is. So that was that. So once everything was done there, and like I say, it's absolutely solid, you've then put the nice slopes on the front and the back, and then we start with these, what can only be bullets for his gun. Easy enough how it's fitted there. One by one, silver things two together, they all just fit on top, no problem with that at all. Same with the one inside, there's four there, you can see, two on top, and then you have these little round things, you can see them there, that's what they are, and they just fit into the bottom. They just push up and through. Now, no problems with that in, no problems at all putting them in. And then we came to the front foot, and what a problem, because you cannot get your finger underneath to push them forward. I did try that, again, didn't really work, and in the end it was just a matter of fiddly folky. I bet it took me a good 20 minutes to get, no, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, there was 8 bottom parts in, but once they were in, once they're pushed in, absolutely brilliant. So once everything was done there, a little bit of foot decoration on the bottom of the boot, and then to finish off, that is the, or what I think is the gun holder. So now it is ready to fit to the body, and again, I'm not going to do it one-handed or anything silly like that, so I will fit it to the body, and then we'll come back and we'll finish off the review of part 2. Before I attempt to put this together, I thought I would just show you where it goes and what. And you can see there we have a nice ball joint, and then you have that like axis, cross axis. That's where the ball joint goes into, and that's where the cross axis goes into. So click, click, and then the leg should be connected. So I just wanted you to see, before I attempt it, what's going where. So I will return. Okay, and there you go. And there you can see the ball joint and the cross axle there. Just picture that, the other side, and it just clicks into there, the other ball joint goes into there. Now, I will say, I shimmied it up, as I said I was going to do. Obviously the cross X is a little bit longer, so that goes in first to locate it. Pushed it up flat, pushed my hand, kept it flat as I could possibly do with the support at the far side. Push, 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 and believe me or believe me not, ball joint just went click, and it was in. So I am absolutely thrilled to bits. There is the left leg complete. I'll just do you the 360 so as you can see it in its glory, front and back, and then we will start the right leg. So it's going to be roughly the same, I would imagine, and I'll let you know how it goes. If you like what I've been doing on this video, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and click that subscribe button. I will put a link in the bottom for this set to LESDIY. Should anybody want to purchase this set as I'm building it, and that's it really. So my name is Kev, I am a Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 3. I just thought I'd show you, because I didn't do it in the last video, exactly how solid I was talking about. And as you can see, look, that's the little white bit, the actual sole of the foot. And I just wanted to show you and say, just look at that. It is absolutely solid. And that's the important thing that I wanted to show you. And that continues all the way through. I'll pop back in a bit when I reach another stage. So I thought again I'd show a little bit more of the inside, and this is what I mean about being so solid. Look at that. There you can see, that's a better way of looking, isn't it? Half of the slopes there, the curved slopes, and then of course after you'll have your other curved slopes coming that way. But I just wanted to show you, this is what I said about being solid, and it is, as I said, absolutely solid. So this is the conclusion of part 3. Like I've said to you in the last video, more like a mirror image of the left leg, except this is the right leg. I did take it into my own hands, and this time I applied these earlier before I built up the rest. Just my own point, and I just wanted to make sure I got them on all right. Like I say, I've got sausage fingers, so that's the reason. But at least in the other videos you've seen the actual core, exactly the same again, the bullets all the way around, the other holster for the other gun, and again you can see, and if I can just look at that, that's better. There you can see that's where the ball joint's going to go again, and that's where the axis is going to go in, the plus or cross shaped axis, axis even. But yeah, build is exactly the same, no real problems, just follow the plans and away we go. So with that, I'm now going to attempt to connect it, so wish me luck guys, and I'll see you in a bit. So there you have it, it has actually gone together. If I'm being totally honest and truthful, it was a little bit more of a struggle to push the ball joint in, line up the axle, the X axle, that was no problem at all. But the ball joint, don't get me wrong, I think it was there. In a way, I blame myself because you're frightened to push in case everything breaks. But in all honesty, you bite your teeth, and then I pushed and away it went, and it just, believe me, it just went blink, and that was it, it was in, and it's connected. And I am absolutely stunned with this. I mean, what can, you know, yes, it's the end of part 3, there's a load of more parts to come, but, you know, yes, like I said to you before, it seems overkill with the middle and that, but when you think of the body and the head that's on top, and these legs have got to take that, so you can put it on a shelf and stand it, whatever, display it. I take my hat off to elbow Lego, and as I said in the previous video, I think if the rest of the build is going to be like this, no fear at all. It is absolutely amazing, and I've loved it, you know. Yeah, I've had to knuckle down, yeah, you have to make sure, follow the plans and all that, but as a whole, I can't fault it. Really, really good. There you can see the connection to both halves, between the legs, the bullets around the legs, the gun holsters. I believe we work on the belt next. I think then there's a bit of side decoration, and then we start on the body. But that's it for it, to be honest. I mean, like I say, there's not a lot else that I can really show you. That's the holster, nice bit of decoration on the boot. Same with the 4 there, absolutely brilliant. And all I'd like to say to all of you is, if you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up, because it does matter. you know, and if you want to carry on watching this build and other builds that I've got coming, we've got a lot of good stuff coming. I think I've said that. A lot of normal Lego, proper Lego. We've got different other companies, you know, Malking, Joystar, Rio Bricks. That's just to name 3. Hope to be doing Foot and Hole later. And don't get me wrong, we've got some other fabulous MOCs coming, you know, from mid-size, well, big size really, over 13,000 pieces, and then the one is a big 21,000 piecer. But that's getting ahead of myself here. Please click on that subscribe button. Remember, there'll be a link if you read in the description that will take you to the LESDIY site for this build, and you can buy it there if you want to. Absolutely amazing. I stress it again, it's licensed by LESDIY, by the builder Elbow Lego. Well done, mate. I salute you. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 4. So here we are with part 4, which is the belt and then the side of the legs later. And I just thought I'd show you the intricate workings of this belt before we put it to the body. An absolutely wonderful little make. Again, it's just a mirror image of both sides. I will turn over and show you the intricate workings, then you can excuse the shadow of how this just makes up. Lovely made by Elbow again. I've got to be honest and say he's put a lot of thought behind this set, and I think it's gonna look, when it's finished, it's gonna be fantastic. Right, let's get them onto the body. So after you attach the belt, which I'll show you attached later, you then build on the right side. Get my finger out of the way, gaze in focus, that's better. You then build the intricate side workings of down the gun holsters. And it's a lovely little build, it all fits together nice, it all clicks in place, and no problems whatsoever. So I'll see it after the other side. So we have the completion of part 4, and we'll take it through chronologically as you build it through the plans. And of course the first part is, like I said, is the belt, and there is the belt connected to the belt buckle and vice versa. Now it is a little bit unstable. I'm talking about my opinions here again. If you look here, you can just about see that that stud is not pushed in flatly. Now it's connected. If I push it in, the problem I have is this basically comes apart. So as long as it's connected, I'm happy with that. Now with this one, yes, you can see it's connected, but connecting it, pushed out, and you can't actually see it, the little stud there, but it doesn't need it, it's resting on the stud and it's all in one piece. So for me, you look at that, you can't mount at that, I can't mount at that. Absolutely amazing. So that was the build. Nice little design. I think because everything is a little bit cramped and I've got sausage fingers, it doesn't help. I think I've said this before, but it's there, it's looking good, and it's only going to get better, isn't it? Right, then after the belt is connected, you start to do, if you can see with the light, I hope you can, the sides here. So it's down and down, basically I'm just going to show you the actual pieces that go down past the holster to the end, and if you look from a distance, that's going to be the end of the coat, isn't it? And you've got the gun holster and the lid. I think that looks damn good myself. Again, some of these parts where you have to press in later, you know, deep breath sort of things for me, but it went in perfectly, no problems at all. Same with the other side. This is exactly the same again. I'm going to show you as it is. Straight away again, exactly the same pattern for the reverse side. Also notice, I didn't show you before, nice little touch there on the ends. I think Halbo has done an absolutely smashing job. Really enjoying the build so far. No complaints for me whatsoever yet. And the next section, section 5, is the start of the body. Yeah. Right, if you like what I'm doing, please give me that thumbs up. Don't be frightened to drop a comment in the comments box what you think of the build, how you think I'm doing, anything that I can make better. All you've got to do is put it in the comments box and I'll see what I can do. And if you'd like to follow us on this journey and the other journeys that we've got coming next, you know what to do, just click on that subscribe button. Right, my name's Kev, you should know that by now. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 5. So I just thought I would show you, here we are building the body, and this is the base, as you call it. Just the two flat pieces fitted together, nice and solid at the back with our two grey pieces. So I just thought I wanted to show you what our body base looked like. So I'm just showing you again very, very quickly. We're now 3 up, nice and solid. That's what it looks on the inside, and I just wanted to quickly show you how we're building up. So again, very quickly, just showing you that we are slowly but surely now building up. I just wanted to show you what we've got so far. Not going to mess about with speed and everything, but you can see how it's coming up. Do you remember what I said about this build being solid? You ain't seen nothing yet. So yes, I'm back again, and just to show you, bullet things have been put in ready for the bullets to go in. And if you look, the core frame, this is what I tell you about, the core of this entire set is coming up. Absolutely lovely. So I just thought I'd show you. I haven't shown you before, so it's time to show you now. So just another quick update. As you can see, we're building up nicely. It's looking pretty good, pretty neat with the side posts. I don't like how there's nothing holding this side up and it just joins up on the stump, but we'll see what happens with that later. Let's get on with the build. I'm going to be honest here, and like I say, you should know me by now. I call it as I see it, and this is something that I personally, again, it's a personal thing, don't like. This plate here goes underneath these plates, and then obviously you push it up. Now, if I turn it over, you can see that is where the other plate's going to go, under there. That's where I'm pointing now. So it's going under there. Yes, it goes, but you know, how do you get proper clutch power. How do you really close the gaps? To me, if it were again me, I would have built it reverse, whereas like obviously you build the piece and then the piece goes on top. But I'm not elbow Lego, and this is the way he builds it. But I'm just giving you my opinion, and I will get on with the build. Sides of the body now are starting to come through, as you can see. I just thought I would show you with this solid build. You can't see the bits that I said before, so let's hope this part is nice and stable when we build on it, if we build on it. It's looking quite good though, I mean, nice and solid. Right, see you in a bit. Once again, I'm just showing you the solidness of this construction. I mean, you saw the core, you've seen how it's been built up, because all this will have back coat plate and that front coat plate. It is awesome, and I just wanted you to see how we're going. Off we go. So here I am again, sorry for the shadow, and I've built up the two shoulder joints where the arms fit, and nice little builds. Sorry for my awkward close-ups. You know, these do, they do move, even though they're nice and tight. There you go, you can see there just about. So these are going to be fitted roughly as the shoulders, where the arms will fit to, and we'll take it from there. So here you go, just another quickie with the shoulder joints fitted, and you can see they just slit in there, and there's only a little bit of movement. Same the other side, and obviously these G-slopes are to do the job. Definitely fitted the right way, because I'm just checking the blueprints. So let's just see how it goes. So this is the conclusion of bag 5, and it is the torso of the body. Now look at this. This is what I was trying to tell you from the off. I meant to show you this with the legs really, and I sort of forgot. But like now you can see what I mean about solid inside. It's going nowhere. Beautifully put together by elbow Lego. There are where our arms go, and like I say, I can't fault this set so far. There's little fiddly bits, I admit that. We've done this. I've used the milking hammer a few times just to bed things where I thought I couldn't push them in so much. Stop spinning so quickly, Ken. But that's where this one, or this section ends. Absolutely brilliant. The slopes again. I mean, you can see there, that is where your head is going to go, I believe, on that darker foundation there. And obviously in the next part, which is part 6, we start with the decoration from front and back, and I'm assuming that will go to our bullet things, our bullet chain there. Hopefully they should go in alright this time, fingers crossed, and there'll be nothing in the way. So I'm very pleased. As I say, the set is by LESDIY, or sold by LESDIY. There'll be a link in the description if you want to buy this set. It's by Elbow Lego. He's the creator of this wonderful set so far, and as we take the journey, you're going to see hopefully Cad Bane become absolutely full-bodied with his pistol looking super duper. Anyway, with that, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to start the work on the front and the back, and you know who I am by now, I hope. If you like what I'm doing, please give us a thumbs up. Everyone counts. If you want to follow us on this journey, as I always say, just click on the subscribe button. Got some loads of lovely stuff coming up in the future, and I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed. Well, I hope not. With that, as you know, my name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 6. So we've just built this little front plate up for the front of Cad's chest. Quite easy little build there, look. And I'll put it on in a second and show you. Let me just say right off the back, that just went straight in, and I pushed and it just went click click, and everything is solid and in place. I am absolutely well chuffed. So here is the completion of part 6, and it is obviously the completion of the body. After you can see that we've just basically covered with plates and things and little bricks and pieces. The little thing there is supposed to be a badge, but obviously because it's a mock it doesn't come with one, and I just had one of those spare, so it just looks pretty good, I think, in the place. Everything looking pretty good at the moment. I will point out one thing here that I don't know if it's me, or I don't know if it's a design flaw. It could be me, but I think some of the plates underneath here are bent. I've done my straightness test, and if I'm honest, they don't look bent to the eye. I put them on the flat table. They look fine to me, and this is the bit I don't understand. When I put plates on top of plates, that's when I begin to get the bend effect. And I used the milking hammer, and it still gave me the same problem, so I basically destructed, as you would do, and then I built it up in reverse ways to try and see if I could get out the kinks that way. And I must admit, as I built it in the reverse fashion, and it did help me get some of the kinks out, although not completely right. I now have a slight problem where, if you can see, there is a slight gap at the back. What I'm going to have to do, I believe, is because it won't sit flush at the bottom, I'm just going to have to mock it out. I mean, I'm lucky in many respects because it is at the back, but it's not what I call perfect. And it looks better from one side than the other, you can see that. But other than that, and that's me really being picky, I think, the actual design itself, the strength, as I keep telling you, of this set is absolutely amazing. And I'm looking forward to putting this on the body, and we'll take it from there and see where it goes. Been a totally enjoyable build, like I say, apart from that little bit of back thing, but we'll do it, we'll sort it. And with that, like I say, we're ready now to move on to the backpack, which I think is a breathing apparatus, and then it does fit to the legs, I believe, at the end of the next section. So with that, I'd just like to say thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, because it does make a difference. If you want to put a comment either about the build itself or myself and how I'm doing, that's fine. Please feel free to do so. And if you want to follow us on this journey, if you want to see Cad Bane come to life, you know, with his head on and everything, and finally his pistol, I believe, then please just click that subscribe button. As I say, it's absolutely amazing. So there will be a link, if you look in the description, to LESDIY for this very set. If you click on that, it'll take you to the Cad Bane set where you can buy it for yourself. I'm not an affiliate of the company as yet, but I am just trying to say, if you want to enjoy yourself, if you want to make some figures, this is the way to do it. It is a licensed set, and as you know, you've heard me say a few times now, it's by Albo Lego. Right, it's time for me to let you go. I will see you in the next one. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost. I will see you all on the flip side. Part 7. So here we go with the end of part number 7. Really nice little build here. We built this little breathing pack for Cad. I'm sure it's to do with whatever he breathes. If I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up. Nice little construction, everything went together fine. No problems, no thing. I think his pipes fit on there later that connect to his mouth so as he can breathe. Some nice, love the little silver grey colours. I think that's absolutely fantastic. It looks, like I say, it looks good. And also to the bottom of the coat, we've added those pieces there, which I think another piece clips on towards the end of the build. That's the very end of the build, after the head and hat are connected. So like I said, it's only a quickie. If you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up, put a comment in the box. You know, what do you think of the build? What do you think, how do you think I'm doing? I can take constructive criticism. I want to get better. I keep saying that every time. And with that, that's it for this one. I told you it was a quickie. We're going on to the arms in the next level, in the next video. So, my name's Kev. I am Square Ghost. And you know what I'm going to say, right? I'll see you on the flip side. And while I think about it, as an add-on, he says, you can tell I'm not a professional. There's a link in the set for Cad Bane here from LESDIY, where I bought it from. They officially licensed the set, designed by Albo Lego, as I say every time. So if you want to go and get that, just click on the link and it should take you to Cad Bane. Thanks again. Part 7. So it's the time where we have to connect the legs and the hips to the main body. A little bit nervous, if I'm honest, butterflies, but wish me luck, and in theory it should click together and everything should be okay. So I'll be back in a moment. So there you go, look at that. It did just slip on over the two, or the two humps, so as it fits in the middle. But I'm not exactly happy, and I'll show you why in a moment. Yeah, it's stable, it's looking good, I think it'll be fine with the head on, but, and I can show you from this side, a lot easier. Look at that gap. It's all the way around, and it's just sitting on those two studs. And before anybody even mentions it in comments, yeah, I've been brave, I've pushed down, and it just doesn't marry up correctly. I don't know I could say a lot of things, and we're going to go on about brick quality when we do the final review. And believe me, there's nothing wrong with the bricks. They're not Lego quality, they're lighter than Lego quality, but they're still damn good. So I can't knock that. But in saying that, I don't know if the clutch power is quite as good, if the dimensions from stud to stud are correct. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. Is there millimeters out or halves of millimeters out? And I'm wondering about that with the plates with the back coat. By the way, I did manage to do a quick mock with the back coat, and it's good enough for me. Like I say, don't get me wrong, it's not going to fall anywhere. The two studs, you're going to hold it on, you're going to add the weight of the head. Saying that, we're building the arms next, so we'll just wait and see. Well, I just wanted to share it together. Like I say, the link for this set at LESDIY is in the description, so you know, if you want to do it, if you think you can build this better than me, and I know there's a lot of people out there who can, please go out and buy it, because I think it's worth it for the collection. I'm still enjoying myself. I call it as I see it, and I think it's a wonderful set by Albo. Not knocking Albo in the least, Albo Lego, the designer. And with that, I know this is an extra, as I always say. Please give us a like, a thumbs up. If you want to follow us for the rest of this duration of seeing Cad come together, and whether you want to see what else we've got planned for this crazy channel with me. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I will see you on the flip side. Part 8. So we're not too far away from the end of the construction of the first arm, and in the next video I will show you a more in-depth look at the build. But I just wanted to point out here, look how solid that is. It is, again, I'm stuttering a little bit, it's all the way through the build. It is absolutely solid. And like I say, I thought, oh, this is going to be flimsy, and all right, little bits on the edges, but the actual bodiness of itself, if that's a word, absolutely brilliant. Right, I just wanted to show you that. So I just wanted to point out something else here. You had these little bits here. Now, I started trying to put in the two goldy coloured pieces first, and I've struggled for about a minute. Couldn't get there. So, stopped. Put the two grey ones in first, plop plop. Put the next two goldens, and I just went in, bang bang. So it just goes to show, and I'm just pointing out here my own flaws, you know, it's down to building technique. You've got to look and try, and that's what it's all about. And like I said, I put the grounds in first, the goldy colour ones followed. Just thought I'd point it out. Right, I just thought I'd add this. We're coming towards the end of the left arm, and you can see we're building a cover of the arm. And it was just something that Stacey said when she did her mock from LESDIY, which was the same. And it's not for a person who's just starting out in Lego, a beginner. And I'll show you why now. And please, sorry for the flicker screen, because I am building off PDF. But if you can just about see, you're making up that part. Yes, you've got your parts, what you're going to do it, what make the part up. But it doesn't actually tell you how to construct the part. Now, obviously, if you've been building Lego for a long time, like I have, and like a lot of us have, you're going to understand, and you're going to realise, you're going to work out for yourself what goes where, which is easy. I'm doing it myself now. But for the beginner, you might struggle a little bit more.
and I just thought I would point that out.
So here I've come almost to, actually I think it is the last step, and we do have a problem. Basically these plastic pieces are supposed to fit one in there and one to there, where like I'm showing, but they aren't. Well, I reckon I'm a good 5mm, maybe even a centimetre too short. When you put one onto the one, that's fine. I can do it vice versa. I can stick it to that stud, and then I can't get it into that one without pulling it off. Same again, vice versa the other way. The only way I can think of doing this is to craggle it, as in glue it, which I will hate to do. Don't like doing that. It's just a, you know, ends needs. But even if I craggle the one end, I don't know if the other end would stick, unless maybe super glue. So I'm going to have a think about that one, and I'll get back with you. Right guys, here we go with the conclusion of part number 7. And as you can see, I'm starting off with the part that I've just had a problem with, and I've just knocked it out. And it's quite simple really. If my finger will point, all I've done is added that cylindrical brown part there, that brown tube, and it just gives it the extra bit of length. You follow it round and it plugs in fine. So some people might say it could be clutch power, but I don't believe so. Everything else in this set has been really good, and I just think it's a tad too short. If they give it that extra centimetre or 2 centimetres either, as you can see the length, of that tube stud, it would have been fine. Right, now for the rest of the build, you can see the decoration on this is absolutely, his arm is amazing. I will flip it over in a minute to show you. It is quite intricate, the build is quite enjoyable, it is solid. You need to follow those plans carefully. It is definitely not for a beginner, like I was saying earlier that Stacey had said in her mock. Yes, it's easy doable. If you've got a good experience with Lego, you're going to do it. You're going to work out your parts and where they go. But if you're new, that's when you're going to struggle. Such a solid build. I'm not going to lay it upside down, but I am just going to hold it for you to show you. Sorry for me being a little bit shaky. Can I lay it down? Yeah, I can. That's just a little bit better. So you can see what goes where. Obviously here, where's my finger? There it is where the hand connection will come, and that is which will go into the socket, I believe. Weight wise, it's quite heavy, which, you know, it might need some support on the body. I don't know until it clicks in, unless it's a tight fit. But absolutely, again, I'm going to say it, elbow Lego. Absolutely, this has come out of his head, his creation. And I mean, I've moaned about little bits, or not moaned but questioned little bits, but in general, absolutely super duper. And the link for this set, which is sold, it's officially sold and licensed by LESDIY. The link will be in the description if anybody is interested even. Right, I shall just say now that please give us a thumbs up and a like if you like what we're doing. I'm doing my best here, and I know we need better lighting. The lighting's still on the way apparently. Don't shoot me, it's only been 2 months. But we'll get there in the end. I hope you're enjoying this mock of Cad Bane, because I'm really enjoying it. The first one of quite a few we'll be building. So like I say, here's a thumbs up, drop us a comment in the box, and if you want to follow us on this journey, just hit that subscribe button. You'd be much appreciated. We're going to have some good fun along the way. And with that, my name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Well guys, I took a deep breath as I normally do, and as you can see, it's on. Unbelievably, it just fits on one pin that fits directly inside, pushes through, and it holds. Now, I'm quite sure that when the hand goes on, there's not going to be a lot of weight to the hand, and you know, there's no problem with that. But my fear is when the pistol goes into the other hand on the right side, then it's going to be interesting to see. But you can see just by me turning now how it's looking. It is looking good. That little mock thing that I did there, the wire does look good now. You know, you wouldn't know if you didn't know. And I'm absolutely, you know, pumped at the moment. That looks fantastic. So with that, I just wanted to show you my work, show you that it does fit, and we'll see what happens when we build the second arm. Part number 9. So here we are at the beginning of part 9, and as I said, I promised that I would show you a bit more of the inner arm, and as you can see, like I said, solid. That is the stud, the part that the whole arm clicks into the body with, which I think is quite scary. Right, I'll see you later. So just another quick look at the arm build up, and that you can see, if I just flip it over, is the connection of the arm piece where it fits into the body, like I said. But as you can see now, we're starting to thicken up, and as I say, it builds up over here, builds up over here, and then the next connection comes off that one piece. So there you go. Right, so here we go again, and just pointing out for the viewers, or the builders I should say, and it's this part here. This is the second time it's happened on this build, the same with the other side, but it goes in that position there where I'm holding it now, but there's no stuff to hold it. Now you would think that I'd done it wrong, but I haven't, because later on there is a step where, and I can just show you now, where that fits over the top. Now again, am I pickety? Possibly, but I think unless you know what you're doing, it's a little bit difficult. Just thought I'd point it out. So here we are with the end of part 9. The right arm went together exactly the same as the first one. He had exactly the same problem with this being a little bit too short, so we just did the mock. We put the little brown circular slope, tubular, whatever you want to call it, gives it that little bit of length, straight in, no problems. Everything absolutely as should be, super duper duper. I hope you enjoyed the little build up. Like I say, there you go, that's for the hand fix. Just a quick whiz underneath as I hold it away, just so you can see. Same thing happened with little, whatever you want to call them, round things at the end there, but they're all in there nice and safe. Oh look, there they are, the ends come off, but never mind, we're going to attach it now to the body. So here we go, this is the completion of bag 9, and we have the right arm on like the left. Everything fitted okay, just went in exactly like the first one in that part there. Tube's okay, look now, back connected again, no problem with that. Everything looking smart. And of course the next things we do is the hands. Really enjoyable. Some bits are a little bit fiddly, I think I've said that before. But I think, and I'm saying it again, repeating myself again, Elbow Lego, a very, very smart man. Ingenious, in fact. You know, to come up with such a thing, how solid the body and everything is rigid, everything goes together. Absolutely super. So, not messing about, I'm going to get straight on with the hands. If you like what you see, if you like the look of Cad Bane here as he comes on, as we get to hands and then head, and then you'll start to see him in his full entirety, then you'll find a link in the description, and it actually says where you can go and buy it. LESDIY. It is a fully licensed link by Elbow and LESDIY together, so they have permission to sell it along with the plans. And by all means, it's been very, very enjoyable. I don't think anybody who buy this so far, like they were building it like me, would have any disappointment whatsoever. It's been good, it's been enjoyable, you get your teeth into it. As long as you've done Lego before, as long as you're not a beginner, I do stress that, you're going to love it. And, you know, if you like what you're seeing, please give me that thumbs up. Comment in the box what you think of the set so far, the pluses and the negatives. I don't mind, you know. And the same goes about myself, as I usually say. If you can think of any way I can get better, don't be frightened, tell me. And if I can do it, I will do it. You know, the main thing I want to sort out my end now, obviously, is lighting, which is still on the way. I'm fed up of saying it. You're probably fed up of hearing me say it. But anyway, if you like what we're doing, if you want to follow me on this build journey and see what we've got next, as well as finishing off this lovely mock, just click on that subscribe button. Right, I'll leave you there. Just a bit of a quickie. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part number 10. So I'm just finishing off the hands, and I have found one substituted part, and it's right at the very end. These fit on the end of the hand connectors into the arms. They're black, as you can see. If you look at the plans, and sorry for the flicker screen, they're supposed to be silver, so not that it matters because you're not going to see, but again, I just thought I'd bore you to your attention. And there you go. Let's get these hands done, and let's get them onto the body, onto the arms. So here we go with the completion of the two hands. Nice little build, nice and solid as usual. And here you can see what I just pointed out to you, the two black bits that are supposed to be silver, but nobody's going to see that once it's pushed up tight to the arm, so no problem with that. Just looking at the hands now, as you can see, it's nice and built up at the back. You can see how the pieces are slotted in together to form that nice solid bit. It's the same inside with the slopes over the top, and then you can look at the back. Now I don't know, so I'm only guessing here, but I'm guessing that 2x2 I think is probably where the gun may attach the pistol. They call it a pistol, not a gun, so we'll have to wait and see. That's the last build of the actual set, but the other one is exactly the same, and let's see if we can get them on the arms. So here we go, and as you can see, both hands or pincers or whatever you want to call them are connected to the arms. They just pushed on in. I was a bit frightened at first with those sort of silver pipe connectors that just hang on there. And I've checked the plans and that's exactly how they go. There's no, I'm not missing anything. They're not supposed to press into anything. The same on the other side if you can look in the glimmed moonlight, as they say. But it does look very, very good, and I think when it's displayed nicely it will look absolutely super. And with that, really, that's the body finished, and it's onto the head and the hat. And let's just say I'm ready for it. As I always say now, in the description you'll find a link to LESDIY where you can buy this set and build it yourself and display it yourself. Well worth it. Big shout out to Elbow Lego, the designer, the mock creator. Please give us a thumbs up, and anything you want to put in the comments. If you want to comment about the set, if you want to comment about my videos, that's fair enough, I can take it. Anything to get me better. And if you want to follow us on this journey to see bigger and better things, and there's bigger mocks than this coming, I absolutely tell you, then just click on that subscribe button. This is Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 11. So I hope you can see we're just starting to build up a core, as in the two big red bricks. And you can imagine what's going to go on the outside. Get my hand out the way. But I just wanted to show you again, you know, what is actually in, and it runs through the set all the way through. Again, I'm just showing you that core element again. Get my shadow out, and you can see you've got these like little, what I call reverse L shapes, the little L shapes that click on top of that, and you'd think it's a bit flimsy, right? Oh no, you're joking. First of all, you get a one before that sits on top to hold the two together. Then we're going to build reds on top, same both ends. So you can see how solid it is. So, and that is the end of section 11, and that is the actual core of the head. And if you look, and I know you're going to be fed up with me saying this, it is solid as a rock. Really good build process. You can see the foundation, that's going to be what fits onto the neck. A headpiece on top, obviously, and it's just, well, it's looking good for side pieces. And you know we'll be doing the face next. Not a lot really to say. You saw the little bits that I showed you earlier. The inside is just packed solid, so it's not going to go anywhere. The one thing I will say is when we press on the pieces this time to, you know, to get the facial features and on the sides and stuff, you've got somewhere to press. So that's a goodie. Didn't take long, this particular section. I'm sure the face will take a little bit longer because it's a bit more detail, but really enjoying it. If you like what you've seen, please give us those thumbs up. Drop us a comment in the comments box if you so desire, and always remember there is a link to this set in the description to LESDIY if you wish to buy it. So Cad Bane's head has started. We're going on to the face. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 12. So here I am again quickly, and it's just the build up of the face, and I'll try not to get into the lights. it's gonna look like that, I think. Just a nice flat background. You can see how we've built it up. The red is most definitely for the eyes, and I can just see that strut isn't on correctly. So I'll go and fix that and continue on with the build. So just a little update, trying to get my shadow out of the way, but you can see now he's taking shape. And if I just, can I stand him against the mouse? I can. And he looks a lot better like that, look, and you can actually see his face is beginning to show. So I just thought I'd show you as we're building the face up slowly, and we'll crack on with the build. So there we have the eyes and nose, and now I've just made the jaw and we're about to put them together, and then we'll see what happens next. So here we are with the completion of not bag, as in part 12, I believe. Look at that. The face is now complete. It was a lovely build where, before I turn it round, as I showed you before, you built the face part, then the jaw part, and then just press them together. Look at those eyes. Those will be for his breathing apparatus pipes. At the back, you're nice and solid. As always, these builds, this, you know, elbow Lego, he loves this solid stuff, and it is, by gold, is it solid. Some nice little decoration on the pipes there. Like I say, if you look at it, absolutely stunning. And I am going to zoom in. I am going to show you the eyes, the pipes, the nose, the teeth. You know, I'm quite proud of this build, and it's looking absolutely brilliant to me. So without further ado, I am now going to put the face to the core. So here I am, I'm back again, and I am pleased to say, dun dun dun, yeah, it's completely clipped on the back really, really well. I'm trying not to spin too quick, and just to show you how the face is on the core. Of course, the back and the sides will be the hair, and then the head will be the hat. I had to give it a little bit of a wriggle, if you like, because at one point I heard a click and thought, oh dear, have I broke? But I had nothing come off, nothing had fell off, and it was just actually the pressing in of parts. But one try, if you can look, there's a slight little step at the top there, which is how it's supposed to be, only about 1 millimetre. Once I sort of found that out, pushed, and it just went click. And like I say, a lot of these parts just click into place. The clutch, there's nothing wrong with the clutch power of these bricks. In fact, they're super, and I wouldn't call them Lego quality, but again, they're not far short. They're very, very good, and when I eventually build my next figure from this company, and I think it's from Albo, it is from Albo, I've got no fear on the bricks. The bricks are super. But there you are. The face is mounted to the central core of the head, and we're ready for the next stage, which I believe is the hair. Before we go there, as usual, I'd just like to say there's a link in the description that will take you to LESDIY, where you could possibly buy this set if you wanted to. If you wanted to buy Cad Bane, or other MOCs for that matter. Well, this make of mine is featuring Cad Bane. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you're seeing, please give me a thumbs up. Every thumbs up matters. And if you want to follow us on this journey, if you want to see Cad grow you know, head onto body, hat onto head, pistol in hand, please just click on that subscribe button, and we've got loads of good stuff coming in the near future. My name is Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 13. So here we are with the conclusion of part 13. This is the top section of the back hair of Cad, and lovely little build, nicely stepped. And before I pick it up and show you in a minute, you can just see it is, look at that, that's just all it is. It is solid. So that goes on the top of his head. I'll show you that in a minute, but first I'm going to show you the bottom piece. And here is the bottom piece, much built in the same way as the top piece of the back hair, but you can see now, you get a better idea looking at that, how it is made, how it is stepped up. And again, I will show you in a second, but you can see by the pictures, I hope, how solid this is. It's not going to go anywhere. You could clonk somebody with it, and like I say, it's light, but it is solid. These pieces here, you can see them better that way. Don't know whether they'll attach to the neck or the body in some way or something like that. We'll wait and see for that. I don't know myself. But I do know that it fits that way on the back of the head. So without further ado, I'm going to stick them on and then I'll be back. Now I'm just going to show you here, this is the way it says it in the PDF plans. You actually build up the small part first. You're then supposed to attach it to the back of Cad Bane's head, and then you build the bottom part and attach that later. What I actually did was I've just built both parts, and then obviously you attach them both at the same time. So I just finished the back piece off first. That's all that I've done. But I just thought I'd show you, this is how the plan shows you would do it. I will now attach the bottom piece. So there you go, there's the second piece applied. To be honest, they both went on really well, no problems with the joining to the core of the head. The back piece went on absolutely good. It was as solid as the first piece that I showed you, and there you can actually begin to see now how Cad Bane, the back of his head is going to look. But don't forget, he's going to have a hat on his head. I mean, plus when you're displaying, let's be totally honest, you're not really going to see the back of his head, are you? You're going to be looking at the side features, the face, the body. You know, you might display him like that, you know, so you would see maybe a little bit of the side and stuff, but you're not really going to see that. Lovely little build, it looks good. Elbow Lego, the designer hasn't left a thing out, which I think is super duper. Like I say, I take my hat off to him, great designer. He's done a lovely piece of work here, and we're going to get on now with the side pieces of the head in the next video. Before I do that, please give us a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing, add a comment in the box, that's always welcome by anybody. And if you want to join us on this journey and see Cad come to his full fruition, and you see him all in one piece, hopefully looking really good and grand, just click on that subscribe button. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and we will see you on the flip side. Part 14. Well, as you can see, I have made up the side piece of Cad's hair, and it looks good. It's a little bit fiddly, I'm going to be honest, and again, to me the plans don't marry up down this little part here, but other than that everything is fine. But again, I would just point it out, could be me, don't think it is. Right, I'll quickly turn Cad's head down. That's what you're building to, and I'm going to continue building the other side. Again, I'm going to show you something here of personal preference, and it happens quite a lot on this set. You have a piece like that, and basically what they do is they sit the piece in, but it doesn't actually connect to nothing underneath, and then a piece obviously connects on top. It's okay, but it's fiddly and it's a personal preference. I would much rather there be a strut underneath holding that in position and then the one going across the top. Maybe you think I'm being a bit, I don't know, finicky, that's the word I would use. But again, like I say, it's a personal preference, and it does happen 2 or 3, even 4 times on this set. So, but it's the way Abeligo did it. So I just thought I'd point it out. And just as a little overview again, it does fit on, you can see. Maybe it is me being finicky, it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to shake, it clicks to it and it does hold in position. But I just, for me personally, like I say, I'd have preferred that one stood at the back of that first plate. Right, off we go. So here we are with the completion of part 14 and the side here. And let's get straight into it. Well, as you can see, like I showed you earlier, that it just builds up on the flat, builds up to pieces. Didn't like the bits overhanging, like I said, but as you can see, it all holds in perfectly, so there's no problem there. Nothing's gonna, you know, fall off, so to speak. And it just looks pretty good. I mean, I had a couple of problems here that I will just point out now. Can you see? I think you can just about see. There's a row there of studs. In the plans, I believe that the plate or whatever should marry. It should completely fit and cover. Between that that piece with the pins on, and the next set of pins underneath, there is about a 3mm gap. Now it's on both sides, so I've obviously not built it wrong. So either the plates are slightly too small, or there's definitely a slight design fault. But it does push down, as you can see. It doesn't make a difference, and maybe Abe built it that way. I mean, in his, you know, his design. But if that is the case, then there should be, I think, a little bit of instruction to say, you know, you're going to be building on top of the studs rather than connecting to the studs. But it all holds firm, as you can see. It doesn't cause a problem. And I'll just slowly turn him round now, not too quickly, and just to show you the other side. And again, it's exactly the same with the on top bits that I mentioned before. All builds together nicely. Clutch power is nicely. I will just tilt it on its head, and there you have a better view. Actually, you can actually see that row is touching the plate. So whether that plate should be longer, like I say, or whether he's built it that way, because everything else does still, like I say, it's clutched on nicely, it's not going to fall apart, I don't know, but it is what it is. Other than that, perfectly beautiful. So we now have Cad's head. There he is, from front, side, back, and other side. And now we begin to start the hat. I hope I've said that correctly, because my wife usually says I say hat. as I said, if you do like what you see, I will put a link in the description to this Cad Bane where you can buy it from LESDIY. It's a licensed set. It's by Albo Lego, the designer of this set. It's fully licensed, as I say, and you can follow that link and it will take you to where you can purchase it, and you can even have a look at it and how their shop display. And with that, okie dokie. Anyway, please give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing and what I'm doing. Don't be afraid to drop me a comment in the comment box. And if you think I can do better, you just tell me. And if I can take it on board, I will. And if you want to follow us on this journey and what's to come on this channel, just click on that subscribe button. And with that, I will just say, I am Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 15. So here you go, guys. I just wanted to show you the internal core of the hat, and you can see the block in the middle, and then we've got these sort of 1x4 with the studs on, which will be covered, I'm sure. The base was that bronzy coloured base plate, and it fitted on top of the blue and the black 4x8s. In fact, it was the other way around, like the two plates fitted at the bottom. If you know what I mean. Yeah, he says. But yeah, you're nice and solid again, not going anywhere. Just thought I'd show you. Right, I'm going to talk about preferences again, and again, it's only me. So remember, I haven't got the brains to build this set, so it's nothing against what Albo's done. It's just, I'm just going to show here what I don't like, and I don't. You've got the frame built up, as you can see, and then you have to add basically the 1x4 and then the 4x4 plates. But when you push your plate or your 1x4, because there's nothing behind, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Everything just pushes through, so you've got to be really, really tactful and careful for how you push your plates on, and the gap really isn't big enough to get your finger down to hold as you compress your plate. I'm assuming, again, I am only assuming, that the gap has been left to save on bricks, maybe less bricks, less price. Again, I'm only guessing, but for me, I think if you're going to do it right. Again, I'll say it again, listen to me, it's only my opinion. I didn't make it. Abe made it this way, or Albo I should say, I keep calling him Abe. Nothing against him, and I think it's a great mock, but for me, it just makes it a little bit more of a complicated build. On we go. So yes, I'm back. So some parts actually push out, then you can push your plate towards it. Alternatively, use a brick separator, don't matter who it is. This is a fantasy one I just had here. Held it behind and then press the plates that way to try and get some motion at the back to stop everything collapsing down. It was easy done. It's all together now. Done is done. So you can see we've built up the sides nice and round. Everything okay there, and then we're coming to this part here, a 2x10 and then a 2x whatever, 2x4, which is fine. What I've noticed is when I put the 2x10 in with the central core post, it lies slightly lower
than the actual beam axes, so they're being pushed slightly inwards. Again, it's firm, it's okay. I've got to put these semicircle pieces in next, and we'll see if they lie flat or not. So that is it made up, and I don't know if you can slightly tell. You can just look at that. Firstly, there's a slight lower indent in them two pieces. Those pair, the four round corners, about more or less sit on the outside edges, which is fine. There is a slight colour discoloration, if you can tell by that, but again, it's on the top of his head. You're not going to really be looking that much down at it. But now we're going to start to make the brim of the hat, and as I say, all in all, it's okay. So you're building up the front and back parts of the brim of the hat. Nice little real solid build. You can see the 3 studs on the side. There'll be connectors afterwards, but you can see by that exactly the same with the other one. Very, very good. We now connect this to the centre of the hat. So all I did was flip the hat upside down, and then just pushed on to the actual connecting stud, and it went on like absolutely, I can't say no more. Part one done. Let's get on with the other two sides. Right, so here are the other two sides of the brim of the hat, which will be left and right as we did front and back earlier. Not a lot worthy of note. I've just got one turned one way and one turned the other way, so as you can see. I will say some things. Right, when we got to pressing on some of these bigger lengths, and they're like 1x10, 1x12, they're a real hard push to get on. In other words, they fit, but the clutch power is much, much more than Lego. And I'll be honest, I struggled a bit, and eventually I did use the mulking hammer just to get them down flat and perfect. But look, totally solid. They ain't going nowhere. And we've got another little bit to do. I've got to connect them to the hat, then there's another little bits to do, and then it goes on the head. So I'll see you in a bit. So we've just done the final bit to the brim. They just fit to the hat and they go on nicely. I did have to do, see how straight I am here, a little mock here with the piece. I had a piece wrongly fitted in the original build, so I've just made it up with my little bits to make sure it fits okay. You won't see it once it's together, but it's looking good. I'm now going to fit it to the hat, and we'll see what's next. Right, there is the hat completed, and that is section 15 if I remember rightly. What can I say? I had an absolute nightmare fitting these side pieces on, and basically where it came to these pieces, they didn't line up right, and I really had to wriggle and wang. I needed the mulking hammer, but I couldn't do it in case, you know, absolute nightmare. And again here with these bigger pieces, exactly the same, but with a bit of perseverance you can do it. As you can see, it's done. But it was a little bit of a nightmare, as I said, but it's all together now. We've now got to stick it on his head and then add his breathing apparatus to his head, joined to his backpack, and away we go. So we'll see you in a moment. So there is the hat connected to Cad Bane's head, and as you can see I've used a pair of scissors to balance him up flat so you can get a better picture. He went straight in, matter of finding the centre of the hat, push from the top, push from the bottom, and in he went. And what do you want me to say? Look at that. With his hair on, when he's pushed absolutely straight on the body, he'll look absolutely fantastic. But yes, we've had our little bits of struggles here and there, but he's looking mighty fine with that hat. And he's looking the bounty hunter, the gunslinger. And if you follow Star Wars, especially the Clone Wars series, I believe, that's our Cad Bane. So the next thing we have to finally do for this section is put his head to his body. I'll be right back. Now, I've not exactly got him on the turntable because I've got to fiddle about with the coat for the last real section of Cad, and I'm not going to reveal the full body with the head on either, because, you know, that's going to be, I think, for the full review at the end of the show. But if you've been watching, you know what the body looks like, you know what the head looks like. I will say here again, the connection to the neck, and I don't know if you can see that, it doesn't actually click as such, it more or less just sits in the well. Again, if you're not going to move it, there's not going to be no problem, but if you're intending to move it, you have a problem. I think you have to take the head off, which is going to be difficult because you can see we have added the breathing pipes, but again I will show that in more detail later. I just wanted to show everybody at the end of this section the head is connected with the hat to the body, and you'll find a link to the description of this set, sold by LESDIY, licensed by them, a set designed by Albo Lego, that is. If you follow the link, it'll take you to where you can get Cad Bane for yourself if you would like him. Right, I shall now go for the last part of the actual body build before the pistol, which is the back of the coat. And please, if you like what I'm doing, give us that thumbs up. You can drop some comments in the box if you so desire. And if you want to follow us on this journey, if you want to see Cad in all his glory with his coat and hopefully his pistol in his hand, I think we can get it to stick, then hit that subscribe button and we'll be on our way. As you know, my name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Part 16. Right, we've just started the final phase of the Cad Bane MOC in regards to the figure himself, and it's the back of his coat. And this is the first stage, and this is what I was on about earlier. Now look, yes, you put it together, but there's nothing holding that. It's just clean air, it comes apart, and yes, you'll build on top of it. I don't like it. Perhaps it's just me, but I'm just pointing out again. I know it'll build on top, I know it'll be solid, but it's just me. Right, we'll carry on. Right, I'm at the point of attaching the coat to the back, and I'm assuming, as anybody would, that something will just click into, some little bars or something will click into here. Now, sorry for the flicker of the screen, that's what I've made, that's what you've got. That is the instruction you get. Now, am I missing something? Does he just click over the top? Now, take a look. Okay, I'm going to assume again, this is me just guessing, those are where the 4 pins click, and it'll just leave the rest to lie on top. But again, for me personally, I don't think the plans are good enough and they don't show you enough. It's certainly not a set for a beginner. Yes, I think I've worked it out, but dare I say it, is it good enough? It's a great creation, but are the build plans good enough? You let me know in the comments. I mean, if you think, oh Kev, you're going over the top and you're buying a MOC, and yes, I know I'm buying a MOC, and I know, you know, it's not the same, and I was fully prepared for that, but maybe I'm asking for too much. Like I say, I'm going to try and install it now, and then I'll get back, and yeah, I'd like to see what the rest of you think. So there is the answer. We've had to take it off, disconnect, and as we thought, yes, it clicks into the parts, no problem with that whatsoever. But you've got there's no way you can press that up there with the power and the clutch. It's just going to rip itself off. So it's easy to take the back off, connect it together, and then now I shall try and connect it back on. Let's see how we go. Right, I have some good news for everybody, and as you can see, it is successfully connected and back on with my little MOC procedure that I had to do to let it go. Well chuffed, it looks great, it looks good. I'm not going to do the full review yet, like I've said, until the review, because we've still got the pistol to do, and then we'll see if that fits in the hand or not. Will it be too heavy? If anyone wants this set, they can go to the link in the description, which will take you to LESDIY, where it's on sale. It's officially licensed by the MOC designer Albo Lego. If you like what I'm doing here, please give me a thumbs up. Don't be frightened to drop me a comment if you think I can do anything better, if you can do anything worse. I'm not going to shout at you, and please excuse me for coughing. And if you want to follow us on this journey, we've got some different MOCs. In fact, I believe the next one is a spaceship. I could be wrong, but I think it is. If you want to follow us on this journey, if you want to see how Cad Bane turns out all in one piece, that's if he's still standing, then please click that subscribe button. No wonder I'm laughing. And I will see you there, and we'll take the journey together, and we got some wonderful stuff coming, and you can tell by this set, I hope, there's some cracking stuff. Right, hopefully I'll see you on the next one. My name is Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 17. So I'm hoping you can see this. We've started the mechanism of the gun, really. You know, the metal part, not the handle, not the barrel. Do they call it the stock? I don't. If I'm wrong with that, please don't crucify me. But you can see it's quite interesting with the little parts. A lovely little build up here, and how they've done that. I will show you the top. If you can see that good. And then I'll just spin it round and show you again. It really, really does look quite good. Sorry for shaky cam. And of course, if I can get yeah, just about see there.
those are going to be the trigger, one trigger there. I know it's dark, there's another trigger there. Ah, you can see it nicely better now, that's a better shot. So anyway, that's hopefully the stock, and I think next up we have the handle. On we go. So there is the handle constructed. I've just got it held up there with the brick separator. The lovely little build again as well, quite solid with that, and I think that that is what connects to the actual stock of the gun. And we turn it over just so as you can see what it actually looks like, if we can get it in focus. You can see how it's built up. I like the shape actually, the form of the handle is really nice. And then of course, I'm pretty sure, if I can, there you go, sorry for the blurry shot. I'm sure that goes into the gun, right, so let's have a look. We had a little bit of a struggle where we had to push it down and push it in, as you can see, and I ended up taking the top mount off just so as I could get some traction down, but once it went in, absolutely no problem, and now the handle's in place. Lovely, off we go. So there it is, there is the sight of the gun. So whether that be laser sighted or what, I don't know. Nice little build there with a build up of things. Those two things will definitely click on the gun when I put it on, and yeah, it looks pretty. I think you can see the rod that goes through it, just the normal brick at the end, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Looks good. Let's mount it to the gun. I've got to be honest, it clicked on so easy. I know the light's quite gloomy, but I'm well impressed with how that's gone on, and you can see it's beginning to look like a gun. So there you have the barrel. That was a nice, interesting piece. And if I can get there, just about can. There's a rod where they all slip down. Some nice little bits at the end. Pin goes in, little grey pin, and the sort of sight at the end of the gun, the barrel, end of the barrel, just clicks on. Lovely, lovely. It looks good. I'm going to attempt to mount it now, so I'll be back in a bit. And there you go, just to say, the barrel is installed. You'll get a full better look later. I just wanted to show it was fitted to the gun, went on quite easily, just pushed right through on the X-axis. And there you go. Right, I think there's a bit of decoration, and I think it's done. So there you have it, the completion of the final section, which was part 17, which was the gun. Now I have to report I have a wrong part, and I don't have a spare unfortunately, but it doesn't matter, I've just jury rigged it. They put in another one of those, and it should be the flat type without the, you know, that just pushes on, and it fits. If I can find it, it should fit there. Now all I've done is put a little black square, flat square, just to fill that void so as it doesn't stand out a million miles, and it doesn't matter. And if I turn it over and show you the other end, you'll see exactly there it is. Look, that's the part there that just pushes on the studs. So no worries about that. It looks good. I mean, would you want that pointing at you?
Sorry for shaking me. Build was really good, really interesting. To say, it's a nice little thing. There's a little bit of weight to it. It'll be interesting to see whether it does stop in the hand when we try and put it in later. And then that actually putting the gun to the hand is the end of the build. And then we'll have the review. So with that, I'm going to leave it there and just say there is a link in the description to say that you can buy this set from LESDIY, Cad Bane, and other individuals from Star Wars. This is a fully licensed set. The designers Elbow Lego, and like I say, LESDIY are licensed to sell it. And don't be frightened to please give me a thumbs up if you've liked what you've seen me trying to do, and if you want to see more, then like I would say, don't be frightened to drop a comment in the box. You know, what do you like about the set? What don't you like about the set? Do you like how I'm building? Do you think I should do anything different? Don't be frightened. Anything to get me better and I'll be happy. And like I say, if you want to follow us on this path, we've got interesting mocks coming up. I think it's a spaceship next, but I'm not entirely sure. Certainly not Star Wars. But anyway, the next thing we'll do here is try and mount the gun to the hand, see if it's too heavy or not too heavy, and that'll be it. So with that, please, like as I said, don't forget, click on that subscribe button. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Review. So here is the build review of Cad Bane, and I hope you can just about see his eyes with the lighting. Everything else is lit pretty well. So where do we actually start with this build process in this set? As if you've followed through the videos, which I'm sure some of you have, or most of you have, we started with the legs. Solid foundation, solid middles, everything you want. We started with the sort of pelvis hip joint, and then from that built the legs and added the legs to the pelvis. We then created, if I can get it in focus, we then created the belt. The buckle was on first, and then the belt connected to that. It was then on up to the torso, the body of the torso. Again, solid core first, and then I'm just zooming out a little bit. We started to put the decoration on. Everything was fine, I think. We had a little bit of trouble with the back plate, which I had to mock myself because I put the wrong piece in down the bottom. That was my fault, not nobody else's. But once that was done and the little breathing apparatus box was fitted on, we then started with side decorations. We finished that, and then the body was more or less done. I think it's worth pointing out, you know, same with the legs. It's nice to have the bullet belts for the gun, the pistol, whatever, the little badges. I put my own little badge thing on there. It's not, the mock does say on the plans that there should be a little printed brick. Of course, being a mock, you don't get the stickers, so you just use your own. No problem with that, and that's exactly what I did. We then went on to the arms, and you build the left arm first, and as you can see, we started with the top, branched out, solid core again with the bend, and then we built round it, as you'll have all seen in the arm videos. There's a nice little bit of gradient, nice little bit of detail. The pipes are good, although they are too short, so I mocked a little bit of brown tubes there just to give it that bit of extra length. Even now they're tight, they could do with a little bit more extra length, but while they're on, I've got no problems with them. Exactly the same, excuse me for the fast turn, for the other side, absolutely the same, built up on the arms, the same decoration, the same piping, the same mock I did just to give it a little bit more extension. Once the arms were fitted, yes, you actually fit the arms, and it was a clunk click and they just pushed in, and that's it. It all holds on one stud. We then build the hands, and again, quite a nice little build. One pin, pushed up, click. Same with the other one, pushed up, click. Really good, no problems, no problems with the clutch strength. Everything has been good. I will say here, while I think about it, you build the body up separate to the legs and the pelvis, and then add the two. If my finger can come in. Where are you, Kevin? There you go, thank you. The body then fits onto a core in the middle that fits off the pelvis. You can actually see the video, well, see the video of when I talk about putting it on. Now it fits on fine, but it doesn't push down as firm as I would like it on that base, because again there's minor issues. I think there you go, you can see better there. You can't push that down. If you push that down, you risk everything falling off and being absolutely shattered at the bottom. It stays on because of how it's designed. Excuse me. There's 4 little pyramid shapes that come off the pelvis, and it sits on there, so there's no worries of it falling off. But I just again would point that out for anybody else who was building it, and then they know what to expect when they come across it. But once built and once attached to the next best, and then the arms are put on like I said, and everything's done good there, you then come to the head. Yes, Cad Bane's head. Not his hat first, his head. And I just want to get in there. I know it's a bit dark for his eyes, and I'm sorry about that with his breathing pipes, but you can actually see Cad there nice, and it looks really, really good. Central core as before, then you just build around it, eyes, pipe things, absolutely brilliant. Once his head once the core of his head's built, obviously you build his face separately, put his face to the core. I had no problems. You then started on the back hair first. Back hair was put on, that's a nice shot of the back hair. That went on correctly. You then go on to do the 2 side pieces. Again, they just clicked on into place, no worries. Once that was done, remembering the head is not attached at this moment, you then go on to building the hat. And again, hopefully some of you will watch the hat video. I like the decoration of the hat. I think that's very, very nice. Really, really good. The hat, I thought the core, there was a gap all around the edge of there. When you pressed to build it together, you had to be careful, otherwise it would come apart. But you manage it, you take your time, you do your bits, and everything's fine. The major problem I had with the hat, and I don't know if you can see it here, it's masked with a good job, but there is a slight colour differentiation, nothing to shout about, but also it dips slightly in that middle section, so you can't really see it that way, which is really, actually I'm really pleased with that. Maybe if I tilt it a little bit, you can just see that brick dipping, and all these side quarter circle pieces are really on the outside studs. Not, you can press to connect, but then you get that inverted downward slope, which you don't want to see. You're not going to see the top of his hat anyway, but it doesn't matter. Next thing was, of course, as I said, the sides of the hat. Actually, building the hat was okay, really. The front pieces went in, slotted in perfectly, no problem. It was the front pieces here and here I had problems with. The pushing really tight bricks. You can't hammer, well, you can hammer the pieces in so far to get them in, but when you have to connect this piece to the hat, to the brim, and to the top, the side pieces here and at the back, that's where you have your problems of connectivity. But we wiggled, we waggled, we pushed and we prompted, and it went. And that was solely good. Once the hat was on, the next thing you did is you connected the hat then to the head. That was fairly easy. You wiggled it room, done, dusted, got it in the middle, pressed down, and it just went on fine. No worries with that at all. Then the plans tell you to attach the breathing apparatus. It came in a funny little block end, which I had to cut off. But in saying that, it was easy enough. Push it on, just like the arm pieces, and they go into the little air breathing box or whatever it is. Exactly the same with the other side, into the connector, and it looks really good. Well, I think it does anyway. You can comment in the box. Once that's done, then the final step of the actual body build is the back of the coat, which is this section here, and it is okay grist together. It's a little bit, I won't delicate's too harsh a word, but you have to be careful with it. It's a little bit flimsy. It does push up and click on. I found it easier, you'll probably have watched, to disconnect from the top, connect the two pieces together and then reconnect at the top, which I found a lot easier. Once that was there, I reconnected and you get the full look of Cad Bane. And I'm pushing myself back slightly just to, you know, and I can't reach the actual turntable to do it, which is terrible. But he looks absolute. Look at that. For a mock, it is absolutely brilliant. I've got no complaints, and I am going to flip this now to a long lengthways shot so as we can get him all in. So here we are with the lengthwise shot. Not quite as good as the wide one, but we're there, and I'm trying to get as close as I can to, that's it, I can, and I can just about reach it now to turn Cad. And you can look at that, look at the detail of that build. I split it up into 17 parts, and look at that. I'm chuffed. I think, you know, I'm not a master builder, but I do like building, I do enjoy building, and when I have something like this come together, it's good for me, it's good for you, and it just looks brilliant. I can't wait actually to display this on my shelf, provided I can get it up to my shelf without it falling apart. I am joking there, I hope. I think it's fairly steady. It's just where you pick it up to put it on the shelf. And we have, in a moment, got the pistol to try and see if we can fit it in the hand. Now, I think, even before I try it, it's slightly heavy. There is a chance it is not going to hold, but even if it doesn't, it wouldn't affect my feeling of this mock whatsoever. So without further ado, I'm going to stop filming this now, and I'm going to add the pistol to the shot. So I'll be back in a bit. So here we are, I'm back as promised, and you can see that the gun is in hand. What I had to do was take the hand off, put the gun in, and then reattach the hand, which was all good. The weight, it won't hold it straight because of the weight, so you would need to put some sort of pin in to hold it straight, but I'm quite happy with the gun as it is there. And that is the end of this mock. I mean, there's a few things that I'm going to say about it in a minute, and we'll leave it with that. But I will say this before I wrap up. I mean, for the money, I think it was £150 plus shipping. I did buy a lot of stuff though. I didn't get any discount on this set, not that I'd tried for any, and here I am, and it's fully built. I've totally enjoyed it. It looks fantastic, and I've said it all the way through the set. I take my hat off to Albo Lego, the creator of this set, and for LESDIY for actually licensing it and selling it. It's that good a set, and you can't fault that. Well, again, I guess you can, but for me, when I'm just doing this now nice and steady, I pick up all the little details, the hands, the gun now is in his hand and it's not falling out. The bullet belt, the actual belt itself, look at the legs, bullets round. I love it, I really do. And I've got to somehow now try very, very slowly and spin this around so you can take a look, and it is amazing. I will zoom in on the gun for anybody who wants to have a look at that. If you can just about see it in the light, you can see how it's pushed into the hand. I'm so chuffed with this set. Cad looks absolutely amazing. It really does. It's worth every penny. I would give everybody a thumbs up. The only thing that I will say, as I've been saying, especially towards the middle to the end of this set, is it is not a beginner's set. If you're not, friendly with Lego and you built Lego sets, or other building sets for that matter, I don't think you'd do this first. I think you'd struggle. But if you've got any knowledge of building, just like me, you'd get over it and you'd do it. I've had a couple of missing parts in total. One was the strut I told you, and then there were a few black slopes that I managed to take out of my own collection, that I'd got spare. Other than that, everything's come perfect. So I salute LESDIY for the boxing and the packing and the sorting. They've done a really, really good job. As I've said, Albo Lego has done a great job in the designing of this set, and like I say, I give it my full recommendation and blessing. I'm not getting nothing for saying that. I tell you as it is. If I thought it was rubbish, I'd tell you. I've struggled on little bits, but at the end of the day, we've worked it out, we've done it, and it looks great. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this build, this set, please give me a thumbs up for a start. Put some comments in. Tell me what you think of the set. Tell me what you think of the price. Tell me how you think I've done with the build. I'm not going to shout at criticism. I want to get better. And like I've said, I think it's a spaceship next, but I'm not 100% sure, but you'll find out soon. And please, if you want to join me for more builds like this, there's more figures to come. Might do another one before Christmas, it might just be in the new year, it depends what other sets we build, of course. We'll have to wait and see. And with that, before I forget, I think I did say there's a link if you want to buy this set at LESDIY in the bottom of my description, so just in case I forgot, if anybody's interested. With that, thank you for watching, thank you for following us on the journey, and I hope you'll continue to follow and enjoy more super builds that we've got planned. You should know by now, my name is Cad. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.